So today we are going to discuss about the science of creativity, like how we can boost our creativity as per the neuroscience, as per the psychology, as per the recent study and the recent research. Okay, Amelia is not able to hear. Maybe she can relog. Okay, so before we start the session, can anyone tell me, as per your understanding, what is creativity? Because I want you all to participate and immerse into the session by asking question, giving answers, giving opinion, sharing your own experience. So, can anyone tell me what is creativity according to you? There are many examples, or there are many, definition. But according to you, can anyone tell me what is creativity? I can just take 1 minute to get your answers. Okay. So Jolly's saying creativity is finding something new that has some kind of useful feature. Okay, great. Dom is saying mind unhinged. Okay, great, great. Okay, so then uh, Bailey is saying that creativity is the brain's ability to combine existing knowledge in novel ways to solve problems and generate ideas. Ah, good, good, good. I'm getting some great insight from all of you. Anyone would like to uh, say anything about creativity? Because sometimes we think only the poetry is a creative thing, or maybe the painting is the creative thing. True, they are definitely the creative expression of our mind, but creativity is also more than that. Keep says that oneself to act as a conduit for inspiration. Okay, so when we are acting as a conduit for inspiration, maybe we are acting as a catalyst for inspiration. Good, good, great, great. Yeah, it's definitely good way of saying creativity. Okay, Julie is saying creativity is a blend of visionary ideas, practical innovation, and a deep appreciation for beauty and community, transforming challenges into meaningful, inspiring creation. Okay, great. So Julie also, gave us very good points that what creativity means to all of us. And creativity is a kind of subjective thing. It varies from person to person. For me, could be a poetry is a creative thing. For a person who is doing coding, that could be also a creative thing. Maybe a person, who is lifting weight into the gym, that could be a creative thing. So I'm very glad to hear all of your insight regarding creativity. Okay, so you all are right as per your answer. So creativity is not just any kind of painting or poetry or writing, or sometimes we say out of boxing thinking, or thinking outside the box. But creativity, it is a kind of complex process which involves various cognitive functions. Okay, it's not only one thing, it's various things. It's it's a box of function, we can say. So what are the different function which comes under creativity? you know uh, like any kind of divergent thinking, like finding a multiple solution to a problem. Like when we play chess, I think many people knows here how to play chess. Yeah, welcome Amelia, but I still cannot find the voice dot over there. I still cannot find. Maybe she is having some issues, but no worry. I will upload the session later on, and then she can check. Okay, so like playing chess, or like playing a computer game or any kind of board game, when there are different options or there are different solution to a problem. Okay, uh, sometimes our own imagination, okay, like our creating a new ideas and new concept. Even curiosity comes under creativity, seeking out new information, or finding out more information about something. Yes, yes, definitely I will upload a recording of this meeting, to watch it later. So definitely I can do that. Lately there were some issues going on with the Firestorm browser, so even I am using the Second Life browser, and then I could use my voice and I could listen to other people. So Amelia can try using the normal Second Life browser. That might solve the issue. I can also write that thing. Okay, so uh, whenever we are imagining something, not only based on poetry, painting, or writing, even when it comes to technology, even when it comes to coding, maybe building something in the sandbox in Second Life, because that is also a creative expression. Maybe you are into engineering field and you are trying to build a machine, that also comes under creativity. So creativity involves various cognitive functions, not only about uh, you know painting or something like that, although that is also a creativity. Like there was a famous poet in India, and I think he also got Nobel, and his name was Tagore. Have you heard about his name, Tagore? Very popular Indian poet. And when he first visited Taj Mahal, we have a monument in India called Taj Mahal. I think you have heard about Taj Mahal. So there was a king. Yes, yes, yes. So the poet name is Tagore. So when he first went to Taj Mahal, and then he saw the Taj Mahal, and the Taj Mahal is a basically, Shah Jahan. He was a Mughal king, and he dedicated Taj Mahal to his wife, and his wife name was Mumtaz. So from this Mumtaz, the Taj name came. So it became Taj Mahal. Okay. Yes, 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 Dom. One of the seven wonders of the world. Exactly. So when Tagore first saw the Taj Mahal, a line came to his mind, and he said that Taj Mahal is uh, a teardrop in the cheek of time. So he said this particular line seeing Taj Mahal. I'm writing down this, a teardrop in the cheek of time, because the Mumtaz tomb and the Shah Jahan tomb is there, and Shah Jahan was present and he died and he used to look at the Taj Mahal. So it was a monument. So he said that a teardrop in the cheek of time. Now this particular line came to his mind. It's a creative expression of his thinking. Maybe there were many information which was going round and round in his mind, and he just connected the dots. So sometimes creativity is also connecting the dot, which Steve Jobs said in his very famous speech which he has given. I think he has given that speech to a particular business school. It's a very famous speech. If you can go to YouTube, you can find out that particular Steve Jobs speech where he talked about connecting the dots. So that also comes under creativity. Now there is one particular region in the brain which is responsible for creativity, and that particular brain region is called ACC. Okay, The full form of ACC is anterior cingulate cortex, and this ACC plays a major role in attentions and assimilations and compilations when it comes to creativity. So like finding strategies to solve a problem and different other functions. Now what the modern scientist has found, that good mood fires up the ACC. When our mood is good, that actually ignites ACC, fires up the ACC, that is um, anterior cingulate cortex. Okay, so and when we are not, when it was found that when we are in a good mood, the ACC is more sensitive. Okay, and when we are in a good mood, the ACC gets activated, and then we can have a stream of thoughts, many automatically different thing connects in our mind. We get some inspiration from our imagination, and then we apply it into our work, into our maybe into any kind of writing, maybe into any kind of painting or photography, anything. Okay, so they found that when our mood is good, okay, that actually leads to heightened creativity. So what are the different things that we can do to have a good mood? I think some we already know. We can listen to good music. uh, I think music always helps. Music is, I sometimes say, music is like medicine to me. So whenever I had a bad day, yeah, classical help a lot. So you can listen to Beethoven, you can listen to Bach, you can listen to some sonata or Chopin, some famous classical music. Even you can listen to Indian music. So I listen to a lot of Indian music, sitar, sharod. Then I listen to like santoor. Even I also listen to Western classical. Yes, Pink Floyd is there. I have a very favorite song of Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Okay, so I keep on telling this song to my students. Don't become another brick in the wall. So yes, uh, uh, music always works, and music makes us creative. And sometimes my wife is very annoyed, sometimes my wife is very angry with me, because if I am working for 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day, at least half of the time the music is going on the speaker. I have a bad habit that whatever I am doing, I keep the music going. Yes, yes, yes. A flute has a very calming effect on our mind. So I also listen to a lot of flute music, and most of the time in my room there is some instrument is going on. I mostly listen to instrument rather than songs, but sometimes I listen to songs as well. Music is a wonderful tool, which can make us creative. And no matter how we are feeling, there is always a song which you can find and you can feel good about yourself. Okay, so music is one thing that is a universal in nature. You can listen to classical, you can listen to modern, pop, rock, anything, anything. Okay, and it will give you it will boost your mood, and when your mood is good, automatically the creativity flows. Okay, the next thing is regular exercise. Okay, exercise is very important for creativity, because exercise flushes cortisol from our system. You all know about cortisols. It's a stress causing hormones. Okay, so whenever we exercise, or whenever we are taking walk for at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe we are going for jogging, we are just running few minutes in the treadmill. So it releases endorphins. Now endorphins is a feel good hormone, okay, and it reduces cortisol. Okay, it reduces cortisol. uh, so and then when we exercise, many other neurochemicals flows inside our brain, like serotonin, endorphin, dopamine, and when we have less anxiety, automatically our mood becomes good. And when our mood becomes good, automatically the ACCs gets activated, and then our brain goes into the very creative mood. That is the reason I have read many biography of authors, and they all have one common habit: they walk a lot. Many authors, whenever they have a writer's block, they go for walking. Maybe they go to a park, maybe in the backyard of their house, maybe in the rooftop. They go for walking, and after walking for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, automatically they get some new ideas, or maybe they have read something long time back, suddenly it flashes in their mind, and they write that down. Maybe they have seen something, they have experienced something, suddenly it flashes in their mind, and then document that experience. So many authors have this particular habit of walking daily. Okay, so exercise is a very good practice for being more creative. Okay, the next is gratitude. Okay, I think we have a yes, exactly, because when we are exercising, there is better blood flow in our brain. Okay, so that actually promotes more neural connection. So whenever we are exercising, it increases blood flow to the brain, and that actually promotes more neural connection, and enhancing cognitive functions. So we can do any kind of physical activity, like we can go for running, we can go for swimming, we can go for yoga, anything we can do. We can go for cycling. uh, any physical activity, any physical sports is very helpful for our creativity. Okay, the next thing that the scientist found is the gratitude. Okay, so gratitude basically enables our brain, or trains our brain to focus on the positive thing. We all have many incidents or events going on in our life. Strangers said that many ideas are known to come in the shower. Right, true, true, true. And to be very honest, whatever you read in a book, whatever you see in a movie, or whatever learn from a class or from a podcast, you already know that. You must have heard it from any other places, or maybe you have read it long time back. You already know all the things. So when we are silent and when we introspect, so this kind of ideas keeps coming into our mind, just like you said that when we take shower, automatically this kind of ideas come. So it happens with me as well. Maybe I have read a book 5 years back, 10 years back, and when I'm taking shower, automatically that idea just pops in. It happens, it happens. Very true. So gratitude trains our brain to focus on the positive thing, and it impacts our mood. It lifts up our mood, because most of the time we are very used to see the negative, and when we see the positive in a particular situation, that gives a new direction to our brain. Okay. Also, um, when we are being grateful, uh, a different kind of region in our brain gets lightened up, and that also helps in our creativity. So if you want to know about gratitude, we had a full session on gratitude. I think one session I had already uploaded on YouTube. Another session I am yet to upload. But I promise this week there are many sessions which I could not upload. I think 6 or 7 sessions, but I will upload all these things this week. So I'm going to share the link also in the chat. You can go to the channel and you can find it out. uh, so Sunny gave this idea that Bodhi, we can just record all the sessions, so those people who are not able to join due to time and maybe technical difficulties, they can find it later on. So that is the reason I have started recording. Even when we dress in light colors, even our thoughts seems to lighten, as if the fabric reflects not just the light but also the shadows of the sun. True, true. So Venus just said something like Carl Jung. So Carl Jung, always talked about this particular concept called shadow self. I will not get into this particular thing, the blind spot or the shadow self. Maybe one day we can have a session on this, that what is our shadow self? What is the blind spot? What is the part of ourself that we are not aware of? What is the unconscious in ourselves which we can make conscious? Okay. And Carl Jung make the last part of his life, he lived like a hermit. He lived like a monk, and he spent more time on introspecting, meditation, all this kind of thing. But we can discuss all this later on. Okay. I think those people who had studied psychology, they must have studied some things about Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud. Okay. So definitely, so exercise helps a lot. Our gratitude helps a lot. So whenever we are feeling grateful, that actually helps us to see positive, not the negative, but positive. And there is also another concept that I often discuss, that is the self-efficacy. So psychologist Albert Bandura coined this term, and basically the self-efficacy is having a positive attitude, like yes I can, this I can attitude, no matter what is the situation. I don't know if I get the subject, if I'm good or bad at it. Suppose I have got a assignment, suppose I have got a difficult test. Without even starting, if we say I can do that, okay, I know it is difficult, I know I do not know the subject, but yes I can. Instead of saying I cannot, instead of saying oh my god it's very difficult, instead of blaming others, why the person has given me this subject, I don't know anything about it, why my boss has given me this assignment, I never worked in this particular software. But the moment when we say yes I can, it might be difficult, but yes I can invest some time, and I can find a solution. So that actually what self-efficacy self-efficacy is all about, and that leads to our positive attitude. Okay. uh, then another thing we can do, we can cultivate our curiosity. Like a curious mind is always exploring new ideas, a curious mind is always learning something new. So I follow one particular strategy. Every day I try to learn at least one thing new, and that could be anything. Maybe how to work in Google Sheet, maybe learning a new artificial intelligence tools, maybe learning something about philosophy, something about psychology, something about physics, maybe something about cooking, maybe something about gardening, maybe learning something about author which I have never read, maybe finding information about a place in the world which I have never visited. Maybe last day I was reading about Machu Picchu, the ancient Inca recreational center, and when it was discovered, who discovered it, and how many people goes there every year, and how we can go there, like a new traveling destination, because I travel a lot. I have not been to many places all over the world, but in India, I travel a lot. At least I try to visit a new place every 2-3 months. So I try to learn one new thing every day, and that could be anything, be it technical, historical, philosophical, spiritual, related with food, related with psychology, related with personal growth, related with maybe my mobile phone, related with anything, related with anything. Okay, so you can also do the same thing. You also can try to learn one new thing, maybe a new feature in Second Life browser that I do not know. You can learn one new feature, maybe a particular features in YouTube we do not know, maybe a particular feature in Gmail we do not know. So we can learn that one particular thing, and that actually stretches our mind, and uh, that actually makes us more creative, because down the line we will start connecting all these dots, and we can find out some solution uh, based on all the things that we have learned earlier. Because when we are being creative, we also connect different dots, and that dots could be a new technology, a new way of thinking, a particular model, a particular concept, and it magically, it just our mind just compiles and try to find a solution. So yes, you can do great. Gratitude practice is a very important thing. Okay, then comes the mindfulness. Okay, our we have discussed a lot about mindfulness. So whenever we practice mindfulness, it actually teaches our brain to be calm, focused, and non-judgmental, and it actually increases our attention. We have discussed it earlier that when we are doing mindfulness, maybe just for 10 minutes a day, it you know um, the hippocampus, there is there will be more gray area in the hippocampus, and the hippocampus is responsible for our attentions, our memory, our retention. So practicing mindfulness just 10 minutes a day, that can uh, increase our attentions. And when we have the better capacity or the better faculties to focus on something, automatically we retain more information, and then we use those information in a different manner. So we reuse the information, we republish all those things. And also mindfulness has many other benefits that I'm not going to discuss right now. So mindfulness, gives the ACC more time to consider any kind of alternative solution, any kind of alternative possibilities, seeing from a bird's eye view. Okay, so there is something. So from a different angle, from a different aspect, you are trying to find the solution. You are trying to find different meaning. You are trying to find different perspective. And when you practice mindfulness, you must have experience that just you close the eye, focusing on breathing in and breathing out. After 10 seconds, after 15 seconds, your mind goes away. Either mind goes away into some past event, or the mind will go away in some future dreams or future aspiration, or maybe the future anxiety. And then we slowly bring our mind back into the present moment by anchoring it with the breathing in and breathing out. So the more time we keep on doing this particular thing, it puts a little space between our thoughts and feeling. And the ACC here also gets activated, and they can try to find out different kind of solution. Okay, one more important thing which very not properly discussed, and specifically in nowadays I see many social media posts on LinkedIn, on Facebook about this kind of hustle culture, that wake up, life is short, don't spend your life by sleeping, just uh, s- stay awake at night and be the change, all this thing. But sleep is very important to our mental health, our physical health. Like a good night rest, a good quality sleep, it increases our energy levels and it provides more resources. And sleep is the we can say, it's an incubation period. So when we sleep, the brain has time to find all sort of, like the hidden connection, the hidden treasure. How many hours do you suggest? I will say at least 7 hours to 8 hours sleeps we all need. Females need more sleep than men, and I myself try to sleep for at least 6 hours. 6 to 7 hours every day I follow, because when I have less sleep, my cognitive functions become messy, and I have experienced it again and again. So I would say, okay, every 10 years you need 1 hour less. Okay, that could be dumb. Actually, sleep is a very subjective thing. There are many people who sleep for 4 hours and they are, at their best health. At the same time, some people need 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours of sleep. So I take an average 6 to 7 hours of sleep every day. But yes, I know many people that they just sleep for 4 5 hours and they are absolutely doing fine in their life. So we should not generalize the times of sleep, because every person is different, every person's biology is different, their activities are different, so it depends. The mind only needs 20 minutes to reset and flood the body with the required chemicals. Then it's questions of how much REM sleep you can get. True. So you can find that REM in many smartwatch these days. They calculate the deep sleep amount. So yes, when I do not sleep 8 hours, my mind start to be like tired and will be angry. Okay, if you go to bed relaxed, you enter REM more quickly. True, but you need 1 hour's rest for the heart, so 1.5 hours. Even it is said that you can also take nap in the afternoon, like half an hour, 45 minutes, and it's very good for health. Like Dart said that your heart gets positively affected if you take nap. Okay, Marigold is saying 2 hours of sleep is no sleep at all, and I need a good night's sleep to be uh, able to work during the day. Okay, so lot of uh, uh, nice insights are coming, and if you dream it, it means you are oversleeping. Remembering dreams means you are already awake. Okay, okay. Siesta, afternoon nap. Okay, okay. Right, right, right. Yes, we need some sleep. Doesn't matter what is the time, so it varies from person to person. But yes, we all need some sleep. Okay, so sleep is very important when it comes to creativity, and I don't know whether you have heard it. Albert Einstein, he used to sleep a lot. Has anyone read the biography of Albert Einstein, or any documentary you have seen of Albert Einstein? So Albert Einstein used to, sleep a lot. Maybe sometime 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. He used to sleep 10 hours at night, and again in the afternoon he used to sleep 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes. So if you read the biography of Albert Einstein or any documentary, you will find that he loved to sleep, and sometimes he found many ideas in his dreams, because in the dream our subconscious mind gets activated. We get to see many things that we get to see, many things that we have uh, read, many experience we have had, many yeah. Yes, Nikola Tesla used to sleep very less. I have read the biography, autobiography of Nikola Tesla, and maybe the 2 hours was all right for Nikola Tesla. Maybe that is not right for me, since again, all our biologies are different. Yes. So the bottom line is we all need sleep. Okay. Love when my subconscious finds the path long before conscious. True. Like we all have a waking state, a dreaming state, a sleeping state. So sleep is very important, and if you read the biography of Albert Einstein, you will find that he used to sleep a lot, and many ideas and many theories, it was influenced by his own dreams, in those kind of sleeping stress state. Okay, what is the next thing that boost our creativity? uh, the next thing is, when we collaborate with others. Okay, because a different perspective, always, uh, the different, when we read or when we learn about different perspective, then we find new insights and new solutions. So we can collaborate with others. Like today's this particular event is a collaboration, so I can also learn new things from you, and later it might help me. So similarly, when we talk to each other, when we work with each other, when we find a creative group or like a book club, or when we seek feedback from others, sometimes we do not do that, but when we seek feedback from ours, yes, and when we work in a teamwork. Okay, because everyone, uh, you know maybe some people know something which I do not know, so I can share what I know and they can share what they know, and that actually makes us more creative. Okay, so different perspective can lead to different insights and solution. So we can brainstorm with our colleagues, we can join a book club or any creative group, we can ask for feedback, and that actually helps. Okay, also we can embrace uncertainty, we can embrace constraints. Okay, so whenever we find limited, that actually that can spark creativity by forcing you to think outside the box. So when there is a dead end, when there is a bottleneck, then we can try to find out something new, we can try to find out something which will show us the new path. So how we can do that? We can set some time limit for a particular task. We can use different materials, different information. We can impose some restriction on our creative process, because whenever there is a restriction, whenever there is a limitation, the mind will start finding something new. So maybe you are doing a particular work and the time is less. The mind will try to find a shortcut, that okay, this particular process half an hour, 45 minutes, now I have only 15 minutes. So within 15 minutes, how you can do that? So you put some kind of restriction on the time, you put some kind of restraints, and automatically the mind will try to find out some new way regarding all the information that we have had. Okay, so these are different things that we can do. So again, I am just repeating all the things that we have discussed so far. The first thing that we have discussed is exercise, mindfulness, gratitude, a good night's sleep. And then we have discussed, we can cultivate our curiosity, we can collaborate with other people to find out different perspective, we can practice mindfulness, and we can also embrace uncertainty. Sometimes we can embrace some kind of limitations, because then our mind can find solutions in that particular with that particular constraint. And also there are many more things that we can do, like I talked about music. You can also create a dedicated creative space. Like many people have their own space in their house where they feel very creative. It could be your drawing room, it could be your library room, it could be your backyard, the small garden in front of your house, maybe it's a rooftop. There is a particular space in our room, in our house, which makes you more creative. So that actually happens. Many writers, they have a habit of writing in the same room. Many painters, they have a habit of painting in the same room. Many coder, they have a habit of using the same computer and sitting at the same place, because that makes them creative. Okay. And one more important thing is, we need to make a lot of mistakes. Yes, many cooks cook in the same kitchen, like Dom said, and we should not be afraid about mistakes. If we are making mistakes, that means we are learning, and we are using all the faculties of our mind. So we must make mistake. Do I say yes, I'm great at making mistakes? True, true. We all make mistakes. Rather than not trying at all, we can at least make mistakes. And I think one painter said that there is no bad painting. There are only, bad visitors. So there are no bad painting. There are only bad visitors, or there are only bad, audience, because each one is creative, according to its own nature. So we do not, like, if we look at the nature, there are different kind of plants, different kind of animals, and they all are unique. Like they all are like kind of art. So yes, we need to make mistake. We should not be afraid to make mistake, because mistakes can give us the valuable learning opportunity. And another very important thing is, we need to reward ourselves for our creativity. So maybe you have written a poetry, maybe you did some coding, maybe you build a wonderful thing in Second Life. Yes, some mistakes may save our life. True. So maybe you have built something in the Second Life, you have written something, you have designed something. You can reward yourself for your creativity. That a small reward, which will activate the reward center in your brain, and it will give you more motivation, more motivation. Like after every class or after every session, I go open the refrigerator, I take a small bite of a chocolate. So that is my way of rewarding myself. I take a bite of a dark chocolate. So you can also reward yourself in a different manner. Engineers have a history of mistake mentality, where you spend the time to learn where your predecessors made their mistakes, so you don't. True, true. That is how the importance of reading. We cannot, there is a saying that we only learn from our mistakes, we only learn from our experience, but our life is too short to make all the mistakes by learning from the experience. So sometimes we have to learn from the experiences of others, and that is why we need to read books. So when we are reading books, so basically we are learning that what are the things they did mistakenly, so that we do not repeat it. When you are reading any good books, any non-fiction books, there get to know, you get a glimpse of the writer's life and what are the mistakes that they have made that you do not make. Because it would be, we cannot make all the mistakes in our life, and taught by the experience. So that is why reading books, watching documentaries, listening to podcasts, interacting with another person, and you know learning from their experience also saves a lot of time. Yes. Still it's advisable to not to be a complete idiot. True, true, true. So we are in a journey of evolving. Like we all are in a work in progress, and we should not be complacent. At the same time, we should not be afraid to make a mistake. We all are evolving, and we all are, in a learning curve, and that is how life is. Okay, okay. Oh my God, it's almost 1 hour. I hope you are not bored. I feel bad that I take a lot of time. Liz must be very angry with me that Bodhi, you just says that 30 minutes, then every time it becomes 1 hour. So I just hope that you guys don't get bored. So that's all about today's topic, that how we can boost our creativity. So, any question you would like to share anything? And I'm so glad that you all people participated, shared your viewpoints, and that actually makes the session more lively and more value adding. So, any question so far, whatever the things that we have discussed. So, we have discussed many things today, starting from practicing gratitude, mindfulness, cultivating curiosity, collaborating with others, getting enough sleep, creating creative space. Then we talked about the importance of having a good mood, because good mood activates that ACC, the region in the brain, which is known as anterior cingulate cortex. So any question, anything, can you tell us the difference between Bodhi and Buddha? Okay, okay. So Buddha is a state of mind, Darth. Many people think that Buddha is a person, although Buddha was a person. Um, Buddha was a person, but basically it means Buddha means a state of mind. Okay, and Bodhi means enlightenment. So Bodhi basically in Sanskrit, so it's a Sanskrit word. So Bodhi means enlightenment. So Buddha got Bodhi, you can say, the person Buddha. Okay, so Buddha is a state of mind, but at the same time there was a prince called Prince Siddhartha. So later he became Buddha, but in Buddhism, Buddha is a state of mind where we go to the Buddhahood and then we find Nirvana. So it's a spiritual concept which is there in the Buddhism, and Bodhi in Sanskrit is means enlightenment. Yes, yes, you can say God level, right, right. Yes, Keep said it very right. The creativity cannot be forced. So that is the reason it has been found. There is another study where it has been found when the people worked under deadline, and when the project was, uh, when they had to submit the project in a tight deadline, then the creativity lacked, and it could have been better, but they could not found out, or they could not submit the better version of it. That is the reason good things take time. So you can read the life of Leonardo da Vinci, and he took 4 years, 5 years just for a single painting. Okay. Yes, yes, I will return here. I am so grateful that I wait for this session. Yes, Tua, right, right. It has taken more than 4 billion years to create us, and we have evolved from different life forms. Uh, if you are interested in evolutionary biology, I can share a funny song, and it is one of my favorite song. It's a kind of parody song. There is a song called Despacito. So this person changed this song into evolutionary biology. If you are interested, I can also share the link, but for that you need to give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm just going to find the link. You can just listen to this song, and you can find out the glimpse of evolutionary biology in that song. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so I think no question, but this time I'm going to, I am recording the session and I will put it up on the YouTube. Thank you everyone for coming. I am so glad. Okay, I'd like to ask you if your next class you can teach an individual how to completely eliminate stress, or are we merely learning to manage it by altering the neural pathways involved in its response? And if so, what empirical evidence supports the idea that one can with certainty reduce stress to zero? Okay, Bailey, actually, some kind of like to some extent stress is needed for our survival. Okay, but too much stress will ruin our mental health and physical health. So uh, I need to find out some kind of research. But when we have talked about mindfulness in other session, we have discussed it a lot, that how mindfulness, how practicing gratitude can reduce our stress. But I personally feel that reducing stress to zero level, it's actually not good for us, at least for our survival. So some kind of certain amount of stress is needed for our life, but it should not cross a particular level. Then it's we start deteriorating. So some kind of stress is needed. Yes, too much of stress kills us, and at the same time, too little stress or no stress, gets in the way of our survival. So the nature has created us in such a way that everything is needed, but too much of is dangerous, and too little is also not good. Okay, okay. Okay, so I have shared that parody song, and even in future also, if you have any question, if you want to learn something about mindfulness, you can ask me. I will try my best to, you know, uh, tell you whatever the little that I know. Okay. Yes, Tua. It is called fight or flight mode. So there is a place in our brain which is known as amygdala, and that actually gives a signal that whether to fight or flight. At the same time, the create or survive. So we have different kind of brain parts which is responsible for different kind of function. So we will discuss. Don't worry. I will be back after 2 weeks and we will discuss everything. Okay, I have got some IMs, I think. Acha. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to go back to my place, and then I will check the IMs, and then I will go back to sleep. It's already 12:30 in India right now at night. But I'm so glad that in the we changed the time, but you all could come today, and you spent the Sunday morning with me. It's a great privilege for me. Thank you so much, and namaste, and very soon we all shall meet. Okay, bye everyone, take care, and have a very mindful, productive and grateful week. Okay, bye for now. Bye bye bye.